Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe. I'm a sales and marketing coach and strategist for health coaches, life coaches, and wellness professionals who want to become a leader in their field by building their online community, rocking their sales process, and finally feeling confident about how they promote themselves and their marketing. On this show, we talk about tips to grow your business, save yourself time, and finally be able to create a sustainable, profitable business. Let's get into it.
Are you looking to get paid clients consistently without needing to rely solely on social media and without needing a big audience? If so, I want to invite you to my upcoming free live training. It's going to be private, hands-on, and on Zoom, and I want to invite you to apply at haileyrowe.com/training. Make sure you apply because I want to make sure that the content I'm going to be teaching is relevant for you and your business, and I cannot wait to see you there. haileyrowe.com/training. Today we're going to talk about what spending over $30K in ads and ads management has taught me, and the best way for you as a business owner to get a return on investment on your investments. So if you are watching this, you probably have taken one of three paths in your business when it comes to getting help, when it comes to building your business, and when it comes to building your skill sets. Option one and path one is you've been not really investing anything in your business and really just hoping it all works out, dabbling with free resources you're downloading and just trying to exhaust every webinar you can watch and just really taking the approach of, I hope it works out. I'm going to try these things. I'm going to kind of guess my way there. And there's nothing wrong with guessing your way there. No matter what, you're going to have to try things in your business. You're going to have to test things. You're going to have to tweak things. But there could be a more efficient path, of course, which we'll get to. That's path one. Path two, and I'm going to tell you my story with Facebook ads and how it relates to these paths in a second. So path two is you invest in somebody to do whatever you're trying to accomplish for you. So you hire somebody to do your ads. You hire somebody to do your sales calls or whatever it is, right? And then there's path three, which is you invest in learning the skills yourself first, and then you eventually outsource. And you get those skills, which bring you an ROI over time, right? So those are three paths you can take to grow your business and to get an ROI. Each one has a different ROI. Some, to learn the skills, you probably have a faster ROI. To learn, to hire somebody else to do it for you, it might take short or long, depending on who you hire. But that's why I think you need to learn the skills before you do that so that you can accurately judge if you're hiring somebody properly, if you're measuring the right key metrics, so you can communicate with them about what you're looking for, etc. And then the last path is probably the slowest ROI because you haven't put anything in really. So there's not a lot at stake, number one. So you're probably taking your sweet time. And number two, though, you probably have a lot of detours along the way. Right? So not getting the skill sets, in my opinion, of sales and marketing in your coaching business is one of the biggest costs in your business, most likely. And the reason why I say that is because learning marketing and sales, even though you probably don't like it if you're a coach or you're a service provider and you love what you do, you love the product or the service you provide, but you kind of dread sales and marketing, it's kind of your job to fall in love with sales and marketing and to take it on yourself to learn those skills and to get a paved path to learn those skills, because it will create an ROI for you for the rest of your life. And I think if you are going to choose to pay someone to do those things for you, you kind of have to pick one thing. You either need to learn it yourself or you need to pay somebody to do it for you. And I think if you don't want to be obligated, relying on paying somebody for the rest of your life to do it for you, you have to learn it yourself first. And that's not to say eventually you will want to outsource things and you will want to have a team doing a lot of things with you to grow your business. But my point is, if you don't learn it first, there could be costs down the road that you're not even thinking about. Like you're going to have to keep relying on these people. You're not going to accurately know what to be looking for. So you might hire the wrong person, then that costs you, etc. So that's what happened with me with ads. So I'm going to tell you my ad story. Then I'm going to tell you about a client of mine who also took the time to learn the skills and how that ended up saving her a lot of money. Well, making her a lot of money in the long run. So for me personally, with my story with Facebook ads is I was like, okay, I have my organic marketing figured out. That's what I help clients with a lot of the time. That's what I have figured out. That's my jam. I'm ready to amplify more with ads. And normally when I choose to do something, I do learn it myself first. And I do invest in a course or a mentor or a program to help me learn it as soon as possible. Because I know if I bet in myself, I know if I invest in myself, I know if I learn my skill sets, it's going to help me amplify my worth and my value that I can bring to others in the long run. But this time around, because I have resistance with Facebook ads, because I'm like, oh, they're confusing and I've heard horror stories and I don't want to have time for this and whatever, I, for whatever reason, just was like, you know what? I really don't want to do this. And I took what I thought was the easy way out, which ended up being the hard way out. And I hired, agencies, one agency in particular first, and then another one, et cetera. And spent a lot on testing, spent a lot on figuring it out. Really trusted the team with their advice because I was like, I know nothing. I mean, I know you guys know way more than I do. You're the expert, yada, yada. And ended up being, now, I have made my investment back on a lot of it, but I haven't made my investment back on some of it, if that makes sense. So like I did have a successful launch and I did book clients and I did break even on my ad spend, but then the agency, the cost of that and the other things, there's parts where I'm like, this wasn't really worth, I'm not there yet where it's really worth putting a ton of more money into this, right? And I'm getting there, but it's a whole process, right? So anyways, the point is, I realized through all of that and all that trial and error and trusting a team completely without me learning it first, that I should have learned it first. I should have learned the basics. I should have learned the lingo. I should have practiced it myself a little bit. I should have gotten a foundation of skills. And I did have a little bit of that, but not as much as I would have if I could go back, not as much as I would have liked, right? So now I'm like, okay, well, X dollars in the hole. I'm like, no, I'm going to take it upon myself because if it is to be, it's up to me. And that's like my philosophy in general on these things. And I'm going to learn it and figure it out. And it's going to take as long as it's going to take. And I'm slowing down to speed up. And the point about learning skills is sometimes you will have to slow down a little bit to speed up, but the speeding up later is going to have way more upside than if you never learn that skill. And the skill that you learn has a byproduct effect in your life. Me learning this now, it's going to better help me later, help my clients. It's going to help me replicate the process if I ever have extra products or new businesses that I'm running or whatever. And I know that that's worth it to me. So I have another client who also kind of slowed down to really hone her sales skills in and learn sales and learn how to lead discovery calls and record her sales calls and practice and, change her relationship with sales and not seeing it as pushy or grabby or asking for money or anything like that. And she had a 65% close rate with one of her positions selling nutrition coaching. And that was because she slowed down to speed up, right? She took the time to learn from experts and practice and develop the skills. And that led her to a faster proven path later, right? So the point being that I think is important is if you don't want to be relying on someone else for the rest of your life, if you want to be a confident business owner and you don't see yourself as a business owner right now, like you see yourself as like a coach or a product-based, a product seller or something like that, and you really don't have the self-concept of an entrepreneur, you got to develop those entrepreneur skills and you got to take the time to do it. And you got to, in my opinion, invest in somebody who has done it, somebody who has a path for you to help you, and you're going to get the mistakes out much faster that way than running it by yourself and guessing by yourself and like being somebody who for example, like if you were somebody with a condition and you just tried to heal yourself rather than go to the doctor and like learn what prescription they're going to give you and then do the prescription to have that going on for yourself to heal you, like it's going to be a lot messier, right? So that is the spiel. If you are somebody who wants to be able to expand your value you can bring and your skills and be able to be a more valuable asset to anything you do, whether it's your own business, whether it's somebody else's business, whether it's learning a new skill that is going to allow you to be more versatile for your clients. Like, I think the fastest and best path to choose is the one where you work with a mentor or a coach or a proven process to learn the skills and then watch it create an ROI for you for the rest of your life, compared to get like hiring it out or outsourcing it first without really knowing what you're looking for, et cetera, and or not doing anything at all to develop the skill, or just like postponing learning the skill, or downloading free stuff and feeling overwhelmed by all the information overload. You know, that's not going to help you constrain and learn the skill faster, right? Now, the other thing is thinking about, and to stay motivated, because learning skills, you know, it's probably out of your comfort zone. You're probably going to be bad at it in the beginning. But you have to remember what's on the other side of learning the skills. So because I took the time to learn sales and marketing, because I took the time to learn webinars, because I took the time to learn organic marketing, because I took the time to learn, you know, how to convert your email list and get a higher open rate and all this stuff, it has opened doors for me. In other words, it has allowed me to have the confidence to pitch myself to speak at something about marketing. It has opened up the door for me to, because I know how to make income in my business, because I know how to turn it up or down and have more control over my process. It's allowed me to decide, like, when do I want to take time off? When do I want to go do a workation? When do I want to do a vacation? It's given me more flexibility in being able to schedule my own time and having my freedom, because I can run my own business instead of having to check out of my business and get a day job to support myself. Like, there's so much that learning these skills has opened up for me. And I hope that you believe in yourself enough to know that you can learn any skill, and investing in that skill is embedding on yourself, and investing in you is probably the best investment you can ever make, because you come out more valuable, more ready, more able, more capable, more confident. And when you're more confident, a lot opens up. You communicate differently. You are more aligned with whatever it is you're doing, because you feel really good about the results you can provide and the skills that you have and that you bring to the table, compared to if you are, you know, taking the school of hard knocks route and you're not, you know, learning the skills from a good source, and you're all over the place, and you're like just information overload of podcasts and things like that, and you're not really implementing, and you feel like don't know which, you go off on detours, and you have shiny object syndrome and blah blah blah, then that path is I forgot where I was going with that, but that path is going to cause you to not get the suck out, meaning not get the, like, I'm really bad at this at the beginning out. That's going to leak out much slower than if you get the suck out in a program or with a coach or whatever quickly, and you develop the skills more quickly, and then you can keep having the ROI from that. So the longer you wait to own up to which skills you need to develop more of, and which skills are standing, like lack of skills are standing between you and where you want to go in your business, the longer you wait to address and acknowledge that, the longer you're dragging out and bleeding out cost. And the longer it takes to get a ROI, because you're putting in more time in your business, more energy, more effort, feeling more defeated, etc. So for me, I had to draw a clear line in the sand. I'm like, I'm not spending another dollar on an ads agency right now until I test some things out myself, learn some basics, etc. And I'm willing to invest in learning and agencies and all that stuff. But I want to do it in the way that has served me the best in the past with other skills, compared to my way where I was just like, I'm being a little toddler and I just want to have somebody else do this for me, right? And we all have those moments, but the key is to not let short-term instant gratification take over your future self's, view for you, and learning things so that you can become a better business owner and all of that. So if you have questions and you are feeling like you don't know which skills you need, or you need sales and marketing skills in particular, I can help you with that. And I do want to, you can comment your questions in the comments, but I do want to let you know as well, I'm going to be leading a private, complimentary this time around, training for you if you want to go full-time in your business, you want to get consistent paying clients, and you want to do it without really stressful launches or having to have a million tech things set up, and you want to do it without having to post all the time. So if you know me, I post, but I'm not one of those influencer people who posts all day, every day, multiple times a day, etc. So if you want to really grow your business and use my 5-step framework to do that, I'm going to be diving into that 5-step framework and how it works and what's the process. And you can join me live. So just comment private training if you want to be invited to that, and we'll get you the link very soon. And I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to this podcast. And if it's really helpful for you, I'd really appreciate if you share it and or leave a written podcast review. This tells the podcast sites that our show is useful, and it will be promoted to more people that way. Thanks again.